Something else I've been wanting to check for quite a while, and I didn't use it to get the car up before, is the old airbag jack. And as you can see from this, it lifts the car pretty well, and that's not a bad bit of flex from a Moto, is it? She's flexing pretty well at the back there. You got the front wheel right off the ground. Now, you wouldn't really want to work on that in that position, but you'd get her up, put some blocks or something underneath, get a proper jack under there. And from what I've heard, you don't use these things on the front or the back of the vehicle. You only use them on the sides, because the vehicle is going to have a tendency to roll backwards or forwards if you don't use it that way. And you can see she's getting quite a bit of lift there. We would have to put it in a slightly different position to get it under the rear axle and get that up, but that's not bad. And that was a few seconds. Now you do have to hold, you put your engine on and then you go and hold the nozzle onto the exhaust pipe and it goes up in a few seconds. The interesting part is, how do you get it down safely? We're just about to find out. And I assume we undo it and just let the air out as slowly as we can. Let's see how we go. Now we don't want to bring it out so it'll just pop. She popped anyway. So that does pop off whether you want it to or not. You could hold it, I suppose, a bit longer. But we'll just do the reverse again and we'll show you how she goes up. I would have thought they would have had a position on there where you could let the air out more slowly. Let's just repeat that process for the sake of seeing how fast it goes up. We put the engine on, we lose our hat, and we don't know where our hat went. It disappeared. You make sure there's no kinks in the pipe as much as possible. Pop her on. Not quite up, I think. Is she up? No, she's not quite up yet. You do need to put a fair bit of force to hold it onto the exhaust. And as you can see, that pops her up pretty quickly. So if you're in an emergency situation on the beach or something like that, and you want to get your vehicle up, that's a really quick way to get something underneath and get yourself out of a boggy situation. Now let's see if we can manage to let the air out a bit more slowly. Certainly gets her up in the air. Now that is coming down on its own. Yeah, you can get it into a position where it will come down slowly, and that's a bit safer way of doing it. I turned it just a bit too far last time. And so that will now gradually bring itself back down. But that's a fairly impressive demonstration, I suppose. She goes up very, very fast. I don't think there's any quicker way of jacking a vehicle up. And yeah, if you get yourself bogged on the beach, and the tide's coming in and the water's starting to lap around, that will allow you to get some treads. That will allow you to get some treads, max tracks, whatever, under your wheels and probably save your vehicle. I would be probably inclined to say that everybody who drives on the beach would be advised to take one of these little fellas along in the back. They're not that heavy and they don't take up too much room. It goes in the little bag just over in the corner here, and that gets the vehicle up nice and quick. And if you're in an emergency situation and you want to get yourself out, that's the way to do it. Now I have to go and find my hat, which blew off my head and promptly disappeared.